It's another episode of What the F at $. It's Thursday, so that we look at newly released movies. From the likes of Devil Wears Prada 2, Animal Farm, Hokum, and many others. Wrestling Report. AEW Dynamite results and news for April 30, 2026. Dumb ass of the day. Gen Z now to the show. 5 4 3 2 1.
It's Thursday. Movie premiering. We have a sequel. No one wanted an adaptation that is bastardized, a horror film that will give studios nightmares, and a western. So let's start with Devil Wears Prada 2.
I'm going to make something of this job.
You could write a book. The definitive Miranda Priestley expose.
Wait. Hope that's not what you're wearing to the dinner. That's all.
My neck is hot. Oh my God, just hide a feeling for once, please.
I just love my job.
Devil Wears Prada 2. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is a sequel set for release in May 2026, reuniting Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci as Miranda, Andy, Emily, and Nigel, respectively, as they navigate the changing world of fashion media. The plot centers on Miranda Priestley facing the decline of print publishing, with Andy returning to runway to help, while also confronting a now powerful Emily. The film is directed by David Frankel, written by Aileen Brosh McKenna, and will introduce new characters played by actors like Kenneth Branagh, Lucy Liu, and Justin Theroux. Most people forgot the original, so studios have become more lazy while putting out sequels after decades. Zero character development and nothing worthwhile. Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep reprise their roles for no apparent reason. Just remember, 2026 will be comprised of over 75% sequels, reboots, and other lazy attempts. Great way to waste audiences' time and money.
Many seasons ago, we all dreamed that one day animals would be free.
We are going on vacation.
What does that say?
It says, Laughter House.
That sounds awesome. I love to laugh.
It's a slaughterhouse.
We're all gonna die! We did it! Animals run the farm!
Freedom.
All animals are equal.
What could possibly go wrong?
Our experiment is working.
All of us together.
It's time to farm again.
Never saw the sun shining so bright.
This milk ain't gonna drink itself.
It's supposed to be shared.
Noticing the days hurrying by.
There is no supposed to anymore.
Love, my how they
This is
fly.
less than yesterday.
Or more than tomorrow. Depends on how you look at it. Move along, sheep.
Blue skies, smiling at
This is
me.
all wrong. Can't you see what's happening?
Nothing but blue skies.
Our dream was becoming a nightmare.
It's our farm. Our home. So what do? We rebel. And we start right now.
All animals are equal.
I have to fix all of this.
Some are more equal than others.
Blue birds singing a song. Nothing but blue skies.
Did we plan this? No, this was not part of the plan.
From now on.
Animal Farm 2025 is an animated film directed by Andy Serkis, featuring a star-studded voice cast including Seth Rogen, Woody Harrelson, and Laverne Cox, that adapts George Orwell's classic novel with a controversial, more kid-friendly, and less politically direct approach, leading to mixed reviews that praise the animation and performances but criticize the tonal shift and abandonment of the book's core message. The film, distributed by Angel Studios, was released in theaters in May 2026, following festival premieres in late 2025. I don't know what is more disappointing, Angel Studios or this misinterpretation of George Orwell's novel. Angel Studios are known for their religious focus movies, but this is a big deviation from their fanbase. Angel Studios having several atheists, which doesn't make sense for their value system. Next is the reimagination of the George Orwell classic. Now a bit of a backstory for the uneducated, which is possibly 90% of the audience. George Orwell was a staunch socialist who wrote about the evils of communism and Stalinism. Note that is the central theme of Animal Farm in 1984. This movie makes capitalism the evil. Yes, rich actors like Seth Rogen and Woody Harrelson are atheist commies, so they are the focus. Yes, Angel Studio just messed up majorly. So, why did Angel Studio just want to turn their back on the fans that put them on the map? Seth Rogen has no reason to be famous, so shame on everyone who did so.
Looked like you wanted to take a swing at me over that flap check. Isn't that how you got bounced out of the Air Force?
That senior officer had it coming. You're annoying.
You're now free to move about the cabin.
Where's Mom and Dad? You're back there. Dad?
Way out of your league.
Oh, wait, what if I've got a great personality?
You don't.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Tail down, 100 feet.
Sir, you can't do that!
You worried about this?
Brace, full impact.
What do we do?
We find survivors.
Where's my little brother?
Okay, it's gonna be all right.
You know it's not true!
The way I see it, we have one job to do. And that is to get home to see our families. We just gotta hold on.
Deepwater, 2026, is a disaster survival thriller directed by Rennie Harlan, starring Aaron Eckhart and Ben Kingsley, about passengers on a flight from Los Angeles to Shanghai that crashes into shark-infested waters, forcing them to fight for survival. Hollywood go to troop sharks and disasters. This movie takes both and makes it uninteresting. A cast like this should not be in a movie this awful. Seriously, did Ben Kingsley really needed a check this bad? It's all been done before, and I'm sure much better than this steaming pile of excrement.
First time in Ireland.
My folks came here for their honeymoon. Always wanted to come back.
Why didn't they?
I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some oddballs walking around this place.
There are worse things than strangers out there, Yank.
One of the members of staff is missing.
What about the honeymoon suite? It's always locked.
I'm getting a weird feeling. Something feels off.
Jesus.
I can't find a way out. I keep hearing something. I think there's someone down here.
Can you hear me? Get me out of here, man!
Hokum. Hokum is a 2026 horror film starring Adam Scott as a novelist who travels to a remote Irish inn to scatter his parents' ashes, only to become entangled in a mystery involving a witch haunting the honeymoon suite. Written and directed by Damien McCarthy, the film explores themes of family trauma and the supernatural, with reviews highlighting its terrifying, darkly humorous, and atmospheric nature. Let's do a criticism sandwich. The pacing is awful, the story doesn't get off the ground, and when it does, it doesn't pay off. The scene and atmosphere is brilliant throughout the movie, you feel, and it's very important element of the movie. The acting, that's a different story. Adam Scott has gotten a reputation for horror, but he almost plays all the roles absolutely the same, which makes you wonder if the directors know what they are doing or he's very limited in his craft. Not a movie worth watching.
This is not a good idea. It is too dangerous for you to be here.
The government agents disappear on our land.
They're blaming you for what happened, Mil. They're looking for you.
Those two agents were gonna kill me, and you two were gonna be taken.
I know that you did what you did for us, but nothing stays buried forever.
You have a magnificent property, my friend. Twice the price of your land. That is my offer. You're not gonna get that deal anywhere else. Enjoy your final days with your family by your side. All your family. For that kind of money, you can get the best lawyers for your Hassie.
My daughter hasn't done anything wrong. She doesn't need any lawyers.
People are ready to believe anything. A rumor can bury you.
Rumors about exploitation, decimation of entire villages in South America. Those are horrifying rumors. My land is not for sale.
Sawyer, if you believe half of those rumors are about me to be true, you should know. It would be very foolish to not take my offer.
Storms are coming. We're under attack. We watch each other's backs. You take care of yourselves. That's how we get through this.
It's in this family's best interest to take his deal.
You don't understand who you're dealing with.
Right back at you.
You once said that this place was home. Do you still believe that?
I just know in my heart that this place will never know peace.
One way or the other, that land's gonna be mine.
Where are the bodies? Where are they? Last time.
Nobody crosses the Clarkman and gets away with it. Nobody.
Grande, 2026. Prodigal daughter returns to her family's farm to support her father, who is facing a terminal diagnosis and intense pressure from a rival trying to acquire their land. Cast: the film stars Lou Diamond Phillips, John Pippa Ferguson, Christina Moore, Kate Mansi, and Madison Lawler. It pains me to watch movies like that not very good and can't pinpoint the failure. It tries to be dramatic, it tries to play on our heartstrings, but we get a bland movie that is as interesting as watching paint dry. Which is better than this movie? Now to the Wrestling Report. 5 4 3 2 1. Let's go to the results of AEW Dynamite. TNT Championship, Kevin Knight defeated MJF via roll-up pinfall. It was a competitive match where Kevin got an apparent knee injury, where he played the underdog. MJF is the master manipulator in the ring. The two had great chemistry, where this will be a key indicator of Kevin Knight's future main event status. The Brawling Birds defeated Emily J and Jordan Blade via 2 birds, 1 stone pinfall. A quick match. Enhancement talent get to be seen on stage. AEW International Championship, Kazuchika Okada defeated Ace Austin via Rainmaker pinfall. The wrestling match machine is not the same guy, but he is definitely having fun. Ace Austin is a human highlight reel and the two shared something special. Cage and Cope defeated RPG Vice via pop-up spear pinfall. A lot of pieces going on where the match felt incomplete. Outside stuff took away from the match. Highlight is Cope and Cage get the I Quit match. AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship, Divine Dominion defeated Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida via Divine Intervention pinfall. Fun match where Hikaru and Chris have obvious misconnect which will lead to future matches. Megan Bayne was simply amazing. AEW World Championship, Darby Allin defeated Brody King via coffin drop pinfall. As stated last week, if we get Darby defenses on the weekly basis, fans will definitely get the benefit of fun matches. Darby's style pairs well with Brody, fun match. Now to the wrestling news. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To the news that only matters, at least for wrestling fans. WWE has announced the new rookie class of April 2026. Zoe Hines, which is the niece of Robert Kennedy Jr., which has created some controversy with Dave Meltzer claiming it's a political strong arm but with no real truth behind Dave's rant. The other signees are Alyssa Danielle, who has a background in modeling, Garrett Beck, who has a background in college lacrosse, Nicholas Panicali, who has a background in volleyball and fitness. WWE is all in with bringing in new talent. TNA Impact Preview. We have the interesting Walk with Elijah match where it puts Frankie Kazarian versus Elijah. We will see a 6-woman match where Back from the Dead Ali teams with Rosemary and Mara Shade to face Tessa Blanchard, Mila Moore and Victoria Crawford. The continued feud between the Hardys and Righteous. Jeff Hardy versus Vincent. Also on the docket, Mr. Elegance versus Hometown Man. And we will have the TNA International Open Challenge where the champion Mustafa Ali takes on Australian superstar Adam Brooks. There has been a lot of interesting ideas for future WrestleManias where there are interesting ideas of Charlotte, London and other various calling cards, so it will be very interesting as long as it's not Las Vegas again, which should be good. The success of WrestleMania and SummerSlam today's events will have TKO speculating more plus having today formats. Royal Rumble, Survivor Series and Money in the Bank. It will be interesting, are the today events to be more entertaining or just garner more money? Now to the news that doesn't deal with wrestling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready for all the news that matters and we are not compromised. President Donald Trump said he'll nominate Dr. Nicole Saphier to replace the controversial nomination. Dr. Casey means has had an effect where she can't get nominated after issues of her opinions on vaccines and birth control. So he is tapping Dr. Nicole Saphier, who is a breast radiologist who has contributed to Fox News in a very strange twist. New Orleans sheriff has been indicted on charges for failing to prevent a jailbreak that led the escape of 10 inmates. This should be the way of the future. Hold everyone accountable. More indicts. U.S. indicts sitting Mexican governor, senator and mayor on drug charges. Makes you wonder how these people keep their jobs when they work with law, but are involved in crimes themselves. Crazy shit, right? We try to end the news with good news of the day. There really isn't out there other than knowing if you woke up this morning. That's good news because that means you have another day to do something with yourself and create the good news everyone is looking for. Now to the most popular part of the show. Again, we cheated today because it's a group of the most vile. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dumb ass of the day, Generation Z. This will get a lot of harping. Generation Z is often viewed as problematic by older generations due to conflicts over workplace norms, high mental health struggles, and intense digital immersion. They are criticized for demanding rapid workplace changes, lacking traditional loyalty, and holding cynical views, which are largely rooted in growing up during economic instability and social turbulence. Key perceived issues and context. Workplace expectations. Gen Z is criticized for preferring remote work, seeking high salaries immediately, and demanding work-life balance. 5 p.m. hard stop, often described as lazy by older generations. Often complaining about everything and perpetual Karens. Communication and socialization. They are seen as lacking face-to-face social skills, preferring digital communication over phone calls or in-person interactions. Technology is to blame but no effort to actually garner the ability to communicate. Values and disrespect. Their comfort in challenging authority and confronting social injustices is often interpreted by older generations as disrespect or lack of maturity. This has twofold reasoning. A. Parents are not parenting, so creating future monsters. B. Teachers are awful and are making matters worse. Technological dependency. Regarded as lazy screen addicts, they are often seen as relying heavily on technology for problem solving and social interaction. As mentioned, with lacking communication skills, technology has hindered progress. Technology also fucked up the brains of these fools, so they develop overconfidence in communication through emails and become idiots. Mental health struggles. They report higher levels of mental health struggles compared to previous generations, leading to, in some cases, lower resilience or higher demand for support. Weak minds fall prey. The domino effect is very serious. Can't handle simple concepts, so they take the easy approach and don't take accountability for their actions. So instead of creating the next great generation, Gen Z are the most useless form of humans, and sadly it's Western culture that are catering to the demise of civilization. Gen Z actually finds communism as a solution. These useless idiots are just wasting the air that could be used for better humans. Gen Z is a group that are mentally, socially and physically retarded, that they will be a cancer to society. So, maybe if we can change family life and help the youth to understand the importance of self-reliance and responsibility, until that is achieved, we have a big problem.